Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Fisker Automotive, ticker symbol FSR. And so I wanted to do a quick update on them, as well as go over the Canoo chart, ticker symbol GOEV. And there are a couple reasons why I wanted to go over these charts. One being that on Friday, Canoo ran up about 48% on the day, so a pretty massive green candle. So I do think that is pretty awesome. But there's one thing, I did want to note around that. And so the closing price on Friday, March 15th, was $1.94, so being right around here. And so I do want to note that the previous low before the reverse split, which was a 1 for 23 reverse split, was around $1.84. So while a 48% move to the upside does sound pretty awesome, maybe it will continue, I just wanted to point out that from the low that was hit prior to the reverse split, that represents only about a 12-13% move, if you had bought the dip here. So, I just wanted to point that out and just go over a few levels that do stand out as being key for Canoo to reclaim if it does continue moving higher. And so one of those levels is this yellow line here, right around $2.40, based on the low that was hit on February 23rd, and that was followed by some consolidation before a break below. And then following that consolidation, we did get a couple wicks up, one being to this orange line right around $2.51. So another level for Canoo to be reclaiming, ideally getting two closes above that level and then continuing higher. And then the next level up from this retracement here is the 618 at a price of $2 and right around 62 cents. So ideally Canoo can reclaim that as well. And I also wanted to point out, kind of related to Fisker, is that, I had in the last video on Canoo, I had pointed out this downtrending channel that price has been residing in for quite a long time, and noted that when price was in the red region of the channel, it was a good time to dip buy, and then when it was in the blue region of the channel, it was a good time to trim. And so the price has resided in the upper portion of that channel for quite some time. And so I just kind of wanted to point that out because I think it's interesting, whether it's, good to be trimming or good to be scooping some up following the reverse split and then trimming at these upper levels, or, diamond handing, whatever you want to do. I just wanted to point that out. It seems pretty interesting because I did mention it when talking about Fisker, that following the news of the potential bankruptcy filing, price did drop into what is the red region of the channel. And so price is, in the dip buying zone based on that trend, based on that metric, if you will. And so I'm thinking maybe it's a good time to dip buy before a rally higher, but also because of this impending bankruptcy, it's very risky, as I had mentioned in the last video. But, I do think it is reassuring that price does seem to be respecting these levels to the downside, one being the 3618 extension right around a price of 15.6 cents. And that is really just based on a retracement from this little run up here, get that level. And then also from this yellow retracement, we get the 2618, and that is at a price right around 13 cents. So I do think it is encouraging that price is holding those levels, but also I do think it is a little concerning that price could be consolidating down here, potentially forming bearish consolidation or a bear flag. So it is quite possible price could be going even lower, going down to around 6-7 cents based on the 2618 extension from this retracement. But if price can move higher, some levels that I do think will be important for Fisker to reclaim, one being the 1618 extension from this retracement right around a price of 26 cents I do think that will be key to reclaim. But really, just like the psychological level of 25 cents a quarter, I do think it would be good for Fisker to reclaim that. And then getting back up to fill the gap here based on the low that was hit on March 13th, being at a price of 29.75 cents, or right around 30 cents. And then moving up higher, the low was right around 38 cents. That was hit on March 1st, being a low of 37.7 cents. So another level that might actually act as a lot of resistance. We might get rejected there. So good to keep that in mind. But then there are these other levels to the upside. Hopefully Fisker can reclaim them, start to make some moves higher. We do have this gap up here at 71.5 cents. So I think that, again, is another level that would be good to hit. Might be getting some resistance there, as there were probably some buyers up here before the drop. They might want to offload shares. And then, for taking a further step back, we do have a dollar that is, of course, a key level that Fisker needs to be closing above. But, it might be fantasy at this point. So I do think it is important to be trading Fisker as well as Canoo with caution, because it is quite possible the downtrends will continue and there might be more bad news. There could be further reverse splits or dilution at the shareholders' expense. So I just wanted to point that out with those. I do still have a position in Fisker. I am selling covered calls that expire on Friday this coming week with strikes at 50 cents as well as $1. If they close in the money, that's great. If they don't, I will reassess next weekend, thinking about trimming some of my position, if not offloading all of it, even at a loss, just because I think it's gotten pretty risky. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.